This is what I came home to tonight. My husband bought me these for Thanksgiving. Aren't they pretty? I thought that was very sweet of him. Oh, okay, so here is what we are having for dinner. We're having sausages with mashed potatoes and onion gravy and peas. It's also known in other parts of the world as bangers and mash. And here's the recipe. Okay, and so I'm going to gather up the ingredients and I'll show you what those look like in just a few minutes, okay? Okay, and here is our ingredients. We have 8 potatoes. We have a can of this cut green beans. We got a piece of an onion and a small onion to make up the onion that we needed. We got some mild Italian sausage. We got 4 teaspoons of chicken bouillon powder. We got 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of water, some salt and pepper, some milk, and we got a stick of butter, 3 tablespoons of butter, and 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so these are the ingredients that we're going to use tonight. So I've got to put all this away and then I'll bring you back and we'll start cooking. All right, now we're ready to start cooking. Okay, we are going to turn the heat on the dial. We're going to turn it up to high so that those potatoes, see, I've diced them and peeled them, they're going to start cooking. And then over here in this pan, I got just a little bit of oil, and we're going to go ahead and turn that on to almost high, okay? And because we're going to fry those sausages in this oil. And I just want to get that pan coated, okay? I'm just going to set these in here one at a time. Okay, like that. And we're going to let those cook until they're brown, and then we'll flip them over and brown them on the other side, okay? But for now, we're just going to let them cook, okay? We'll be back. Okay, I've lowered the heat down to about 5. Those sausages are nice and browned. So now we're going to add some water because then we're going to cook them the rest of the way through, okay? So that's what I did. I just added some water. And now I'm going to cover it back with a lid so it can continue to cook. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that. Alright, now I've taken the sausages out. Now we're going to go ahead and add our onions to this broth. Okay, and we're going to cook those onions in it until they're translucent. Okay, I got a few stragglers here, so I'm trying to grab them up. Alright, and there we go. Oops, get that away from there. Okay. There. And we're going to let these cook in that beautiful broth that's in there for a few minutes until they turn translucent, like I said, and I'll bring you back. Alright, I put the lid on this and they are cooking, and I just checked our potatoes and they are fork tender. See, that's what you're looking for right there, see? You put a fork in them and they test done. Now it's time to drain them and start mashing them. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright, just as my mom did, we're going to put the butter in, and then we're going to season it up with some pepper and some salt. And I have in the past added some garlic powder to it, and it does taste very good. I'm not doing that tonight because I want to stay true to the recipe I was showing you at the beginning of the video. But anyway, there's our salt and pepper. And now we're going to cover it and let that butter go ahead and melt. Alright, and it'll take a few minutes. So here's the lid, and it is getting ready to melt. Alright, while that butter is melting in that pan, we're going to go ahead and heat up our green beans. It should have been peas, but when I went to look to see if I had peas, I didn't have any. So I've got the 1 tablespoon of butter and the salt and pepper in there, and I have put it on 5. Okay, so it's going to heat. Okay, and we have in this pan our onions cooking right now. So everything is in process, okay? So we'll be back in just a moment when we get a next step ready to handle. Okay, our butter, as you can see, is melted. Now we're just going to take this potato masher, and this is just one of those cheap ones that you can actually get at either Dollar General or the Dollar Tree. I think even sells these for $1.25. And you're just gonna mash those potatoes nice like that all the way till they're nice and mashed, and then you're gonna add, well, I'll teach you that in just a moment. Alright, so that way you can see kind of what you're looking for. Alright, and I just wanted to show you these beautiful onions. Look at them, and look at that broth that's cooking in. Alright, so as soon as those get the rest of the way translucent, we will be back. And I'm going to go ahead and finish mashing those potatoes, and then I'll show you how much milk you need to add, okay? Alright, now I've mashed all those potatoes, so now I'm going to add, it's going to look like more milk than what we need, but it won't be really. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so what I do is I just start trying to incorporate it by doing that. Alright. Okay. And you're going to see that it's going to get creamy. Like, see there? That's kind of what you're watching. And if it gets too thick, you'll just add a little bit more milk. Now, it shouldn't get too thin, but anyway, this is what you're looking for. Okay? Okay, there we go. Okay, and you want to make sure that it's nice and lump-free, unless you like the lumps. A lot of people don't like those. Okay? Once in a while, in all honesty, I will have a lump here and there, but my husband doesn't mind it, and we don't mind it, so it's okay. It just means it's homemade. Alright, and so this is pretty much what you're looking for. Okay, let's see. Looks like mashed potatoes. And I only add just a little bit of salt and pepper when I'm mashing them, but people can add more at the table if they like it, okay? Or you can add jalapenos or horseradish or anything like that that you like, okay? So we'll be back. Alright, now we're ready to make our onion gravy. We're going to add our 3 tablespoons of butter to the drippings in this, okay? And we're going to just kind of melt this in there, okay? We're making yummy onion gravy. Okay, I'm just trying to melt this butter down. Okay. And you can break it up. It might melt a little faster if you do. Like that. Alright. And I just kind of pull it around like that. And you can see those onions. See those? Nice and translucent. You can kind of see through them. Okay. Now, Looks good enough to start adding our flour. We have 3 tablespoons of flour here in this bowl. Okay. And we're going to just cook it through. Okay. And the time that you would want to cook this is probably 3 to 5 minutes, okay? Like that. Alright. See it cooking? That's gonna be yummy. Alright. We can add a little salt and pepper. Well, we probably don't need to add salt because we have salt in the bouillon that we're going to be using. Okay. But I'm going to add just a little bit. Okay. There we go. And it looks like it's starting to cook through. Okay. It's kind of bubbling and coming together. Okay. We're going to start adding our bouillon a little at a time. Okay. There's that. And we're going to let this come together. See how it's thickening? We're going to add a little more in just a moment here. So this is what you're looking for it to do in between additions of more bouillon broth. Okay. And I'm just using a fork, but you can use a whisk. It does work good with a fork, as you can see. There we go. Doesn't that look good? This is the key to the mashed potatoes. And you can pour it on top of your sausage or dip your sausage in it, whatever you want to do with it. And as you can see, it does come together rather fast. Okay. I think this looks good. Try to see it goes. And you will probably have some left over from this meal. And so you're probably going to want to save the rest of your broth. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Alright. That's onion gravy. Right there. Alright. And I still have about a cup of broth left. Alright. And you're going to want to save that just in case you need to thin this out with your leftovers, okay? I don't know if you're not going to have any leftovers. Maybe you want to cut down on the bouillon broth. But you can see how it looks. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Alright. And also, if your mashed potatoes get too thick or whatever, you can add some of that bouillon broth to those, and it will give it extra flavor. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now because it's already done. And let's see what we got. Oh, I think our beans are done. So we're going to go ahead and turn those off as well. Alright. So that's done. That's done. That's done. And our sausages are done. So we're going to go ahead and plate this up, okay? Alright, here's what it looks like plated up. You see the beautiful gravy with the onions in it on top of those mashed potatoes. And there's that sausage that we've cooked wonderfully. And those buttered green beans. It's going to be a good dinner tonight, so give it a try, and I hope you like it. And girls, yes, we've had this before. It is good. Alright? Love y'all. Good night.